What?
We're live.
We're live?
Yes.
I'm busy. Good evening, family. Welcome to another one of your UB2Bs, Frank 26 UB2Bs. It's good to be with you once again. And I greet you with a smile. Oh, dear me. Oh, bother. Is it fuzzy?
Not on there. Let me refresh my page.
Hmm. Here, let me see. Here, I'll use this. Don't mind us. We just work here. No, it's still messed up. It's okay. Don't worry about it. See? It's good to be with everyone again, and we're here to study the Iraqi dinar. Um, it's going through a monetary reform, according to the Central Bank of Iraq. And in my opinion, it's almost done. This whole call is, in my opinion, right? Everything we say, because this is a speculative investment. There's no date, there's no rate to offer. What there is my opinion to offer you. And I thank you kindly for coming to consider it. Unfortunately, before we start, we have to talk about what I don't like to talk about, politics. Yesterday, I made it kind of clear that there is a reason why we talk about politics on our program here at KTFA. It's I wouldn't talk about it, but it kind of started Saturday night. Saturday night, I looked into the camera while we were in the car, and I started yelling at Rouhani from Iran, and I asked him. I said, "What are you, crazy? And why are you in denial?" 2 days later, I looked at the camera and I said, "Nancy Pelosi, what are you, crazy? What are you doing? Why are you so stubborn?" And last night, I finally got to that apex, that crescendo that caused me to say, Sanhedrins, what's the matter with you? Are you crazy? Why are you in denial? And I made some points that I thought were prudent because I said that, in my opinion, if the maybe I shouldn't use the word Sanhedrins. Let's just say Democrats. Okay, we have problems?
They want the mic a little bit closer. They said you're kind of soft. It's not directly in front of you. That's why. Move it over.
Okay, I'll move it over. I gotta laugh at something today because I laughed today until the tears came out. But they weren't tears of happiness, because in the process of that laughter is when it hit me. Oh God, this is not good for America. The monetary reform cannot be stopped. It continues to march forward. It may have a little, achoo. It's still moving forward. But last night I was very concerned about the United States of America. And I started talking about it over a week ago. And I said, Democrats, what you're doing is not sound. in my opinion, what you're doing, you need evidence. Where is it? Okay, you're waiting for it. But while you were waiting for it, you made up the evidence. Oh man, and as soon as you did that, I thought, this is gonna backfire big time on the Democrats, on Nancy with her what did I say? She's got Trump rabies, foaming at the mouth and just eyes popping out and screaming and a banshee scream, just focused on one thing while she pulls her hair out. I'm exaggerating that, but yet that's exactly what it looks like. And it's embarrassing. I said to the United States of America, that's the Democratic Party, for crying out loud. Find me another one on this planet. You got a proud history, I said. But what you're doing is going to backfire, I said. How? In a real bad way. And I said, the Democrats are trying to get rid of President Trump. And I looked at the camera and I said, if you get rid of President Trump, you don't have an RI in Iraq. Okay, I mean, everything is in my opinion. But in my opinion, that's a fact. Okay, I get it. Okay. So, what I did is I talked with John Blue Star. John has been involved with, I think, 5 presidents in the presidential campaigns. Oh, he's well versed, with D.C. I mean, the man lives there. I think outside of Virginia. So Blue Star, John, this coming Monday is going to give you a 15-minute report of the embarrassment of the United States of America because of a stain that was put upon it by the Democratic Party. And what they did was to try to accuse the president of something that they did. Go figure. I said that yesterday. I said, you're blaming the president for something that you did. Biden, what'd you do with your son? I know Trump did something with Russia with his son too, but what'd you do with your son? Dude, don't you understand what you're doing is going to cause you big trouble? I knew, in my opinion, how do I say that? I knew in my opinion, I knew heck. I told you, sucker, your Democratic structure is going to literally implode. Your party will rip itself apart. The president, now, because of what you've done, and because of the discovery of what you have opened up, oh, buddy. Look. The president of the United States of America, Republicans, or Democrats, because of what you've done, the president of the United States, he now has the authority to subpoena you guys and have you in front of a grand jury while you, Democrats, answer the questions about Hillary's server. I mean, how long has it been since she did that? That put me as an American citizen in great jeopardy. How long has it been? Many years. I can't even remember how long. It just seems like it's been many years, but it's been a few years. So because of that, you guys have put the President of the United States in the perfect position to ask you questions that you've never answered before. You see, the questions that you asked, you thought were valid. And I told you so yesterday. Drop it. Drop it. You're going to when the squealer's report comes out, the squealer wasn't even there. The squealer, is that what you call it? Whistleblower. He wasn't even there. Thank you. When Trump was calling, everybody knew that. You knew that, Democrats. He took what's called basically cliff notes. It's like an outline of something he didn't even hear, but based on what someone else told him. And then CNN goes out of its way to say, look at Mr. President, there is what he said. There is this transcript. And he said, I want you to do me a favor. And then they stop it. And they come with the camera. And Mr. President, and you did illegal, and you overused your power, and what? Look, and then they go back to the paragraph that's highlighted. But I want you to do me a favor, and then they moved it all the way down to the bottom, where they finally talked about Biden, and made it seem like he's asking a favor for him, for the Ukraine president to you know, holy cow! This is the media that we're supposed to trust. Oh, hell no. No, only one channel I watch. OAN. That's it. Last night, Owen had a program. I forget, this beautiful lady with blonde hair, and she was tough, man. I said, Jan, Tink, 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 come here. Look at this woman. She reminds me of you, man. She don't take no garbage. And she went down a 30-minute list that just, I mean, she made great points that what the Democrats have done is to embarrass themselves in the United States of America. And I said that. What the Democrats have done is hurt the President of the United States to continue to make these super deals with many nations around the world, because they look at Trump and they're saying, but you can't even take care of your own backyard. I said that. I mean, yeah. So what you did, Democrats, is that you opened a Pandora box for yourself. And inside of this box, as soon as you guys are done, if Donald Trump wants to, he could open this Pandora box. And inside is all of the nasty, some of the most nastiest political moves, deals, statements, hypocrisy that you could ever imagine. I hope that Trump doesn't do it. I hope he vents today and he says, you see, I told you. Yeah, well, everyone knows. The National Intelligence Director, the DNA, Director of National Intelligence, he was really attacked this morning when Congress asked him all of those questions. He was the chief testifier for the Democrats to say, there it is. I told you that Trump did wrong. No hindrance. No. And what you did is going to expose what you have done with money, with power that was given to you by a vote, with other nations. Really, Biden? Yeah, you accused the man, and then what you did is you told Who did you tell? I can't even remember. You called some country and you said, "Hey, I want you to fire that head judge because he's going to get my son in trouble. And if you don't, we ain't going to send you no money, honey." Wow! You should have kept your mouth shut. I told you. Shut up. It was embarrassing. I laughed and then I cried. It was awkward to watch that this morning. It wasn't going anywhere. It was confusing. It was difficult. It was disconcerting. It was distressful. It was disturbing. It was exasperating. It was perplexing, puzzling. It was shameful. It was troublesome. It was uncomfortable. It was disagreeable. It was upsetting. It was worrisome. It was impossible. But more so, it was humiliating and it was shameful. And I pray to God that it's over with. And Sir Trump, you don't have to go over after them. Let it go. Because it's going to get worse for America. If you go after them, sir, they're going to phagocytosis. They're going to phagocytosis. They will point fingers at each other. They will throw each other off the boat to drown each other away. They will remove evidence. They will lie in front of a lie. They will backstab their mama just to distance themselves from the ugliness that can come out about the Democratic Party. And more so the combination of Hillary and Obama, if that stuff comes out, yeah, they tried to pin it on Trump, but it like I said, guys, it's going to backfire. It just made no sense what was going on, and it's not like I got a crystal ball. It's only logical, but more so, it was affecting my study, and I didn't appreciate that. The possibility that we could have a little pause. What? Why? Really? All right, I understand. We can't tell you the complexity of it, even in my opinion, because it involves military. So, no. I really pray that this is over with. So, John Blue Star, we'll get him to come on down, Bob Barker. Come on down and give us a little talk about it. I think the server is next. Not good at all. You destroyed yourself. And you tried to destroy the president while he's doing an amazing job. Okay. Let's get to work. You want to? Okay, I do too. Let me shut up for a bit. And I want to play you something. I don't know if I'm going to play it all for you. I might leave the rest of it for Friday Premium Team Chat. But this, about a little over, almost about 3 hours ago, Delta calls me and he says, "Hey, Frankie, what do you think about, this?" And I looked at it and I said, "Well, something's missing. Where'd you get it from?" And he tells me. I said, "I've never seen that before." He said, "Neither have I." Go ahead and put it on the form. I'll go in and I'll see what their reaction is and we'll talk about it tonight. In fact, let's make a recording and we can let the family know what we think about it. So, post number 201, 202 in today's thread. If I was you, I'd read it. And when you read it, keep these notes in mind of our opinion of what you just read. Please enjoy the conversation between me and my brother Delta on the subject of post 201, 202.
Frankie, unforgettable. Yes, where you are.
Now tell me.
Alexa, can I help me? Please hold.
Yeah, please hold. We got the wrong number.
Hold on. I'm on my pajama. I'm gonna go pull the trigger. I have nobody to pull the trigger for me.
Hey, I ain't never seen that. I've never seen that before. I asked the family, why do you take off, an old pair of shoes to put on a new pair of shoes? That's interesting, Manny. I mean, it is showing. Like on XE, it is showing on other counter sites, but it's not showing on the CBI website. That's interesting. What do you think it means?
Well, I mean, it was really, really interesting because if you notice, there's two different kind of.
Oh no! I thought I could show you the picture. Well, hold on, family. Why not? Let me very quickly show you what we're talking about. And then I'll hit play again. My apologies. I didn't think it was going to stop. Hold on. Okay, come on up. There we go. And I'll start with post number 202. This is Delta posting on our forum. This is what Delta brings in. Can you see that? And then this is his comment. And that's the comment, by the way, that was on that site. Alrighty. Let us continue with the conversation now that you have that data. Here we go. Oops. My bad. I forgot what recording number I've got here. Hold on with me, family. Here we go. Continue, pick up where we left off. Oh, guess not. Hold on. Come on.
Please hold.
Yeah, please hold. We got the wrong number.
Sorry.
I'm on my pajama. I'm gonna go pull the trigger. I have nobody to pull the trigger for me.
Hey, I ain't never seen that. I've never seen that before. I asked the family, why do you take off, an old pair of shoes to put on a new pair of shoes? That's interesting, Manny. I mean, it is showing, like on XE, it is showing on other counter sites, but it's not showing on the CBI website. That's interesting. What do you think it means?
Well, I mean, it was really, really interesting because if you notice, there's two different kind of forex. One of them, they're stating that we don't have the exchange rate for this currency, which is that's very weird. Very strange that they're not showing
You know the exchange rate. Should we call it and give it to them? It's was it 11.90? we
Yeah, we can give it to them. Yeah, even though when you see the main important part about this is we know all of them. They're showing the program rate, whatever it is, but this website is stating that there's no exchange. And the other one was a different one, which is that was the interesting part that they're stating that we cannot do the transfer from the IQD to the USD at this time.
At this time.
The program is all there. You can see it. You can that's not a problem. I'm not worried about that. But I was just very curious and very interesting for them to say this. Because when someone tells me like, oh, by the way, I'm not gonna do it this time. That means you're about to do it.
Right.
That's the significance of this statement right there. And then I used to go through all of them a long time ago, and I do remember this website by itself, this Forex. I never had this kind of statement before. And the other one, the nice place you go when you put for example, the USD to the IQD, you have the exchange rate, program rate, whatever it is.
Right.
But some of them, the one that you know was took for the one that is stating that, oh, by the way, there's no exchange rate. Now, here's the question. If there's no exchange rate, then why even bother to put IQD there? Right?
And match it to the American dollar, right?
Right. So if you go over there, click on it, you'll see it. And even they showed me, like, at this date, in the September 26th, there's no open, there's no close rate, there's no nothing. You cannot even show the exchange rate, so that's weird. And then the part, of course, the most interesting part, oh, by the way, we cannot do the transfer, because, there's a lot of people that can transfer money back and forth
Right.
on Forex. So be it dollars, euro, whatever it is, you can sign the currency, all of them they're working, but when you go to the IQD, the exchange is there, but the transfer is not there. They tell you, at this time, we cannot do basically the transfer from USD IQD or basically the opposite way. So this is really interesting. Like I said, I've never seen this before. And of course, we all know, there's a treasury to change something there. That's why I grew up in a family, it's very interesting for me to see that. It's about stock exchange.
If they're not going to make a change in their exchange rate, then this is very peculiar. This is very odd, unusual. It breaks a pattern. It draws our attention. If they are going to make a change in their exchange rate, Delta, well, then it seems to me that this is exactly what you want to do. And that's why I said, why do you take off an old pair of shoes? Because you want to put a new pair on. Yeah, if not, if you don't have a new pair of shoes, just leave the old pair on. Like you've been doing for what? Since 2003 when we went in there.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a significant part of this. And that's why the guy says, if you're not really about to change the rate, of course, probably don't know when the rate is going to change, but whoever's in charge of that website, or the company, or the corporate, or you name it, whatever it is, they're not going to do that unless they have some kind of, they have something going on there. They have a way that this currency is about to go international, go to Forex. And remember what the CBI told us a long time ago. When they look at 3 zeros, they're going to change all that in Forex too, and then the bank is going to be able to exchange it. So if you go to Citibank, if you go to Forex, they're going to be there, they're going to be able to exchange it. So I believe it's going to show in the Forex at the same time for the CBI.
I agree.
So definitely this is very, very, very interesting. In fact, I bring something and then, if it doesn't mean anything, why even bring it in? And there's no phone number then. I should have phone numbers because I was busy. I was about just to, call them and say, okay, if you don't, you can't, then why even put the IQD in your website?
Yeah.
I mean, why even bother putting the IQD there if you don't even deal with it, right? So why bother even doing that? So, and that was very, very interesting for me to see that.
The report that we got yesterday and today from O'Day, our Firefly out there, he said that they're showing them everything on the electronic billboards about the Iraqi stock exchange. You can go into the banks and you can practice, buying stock. You can also go into the banks and practice wiring, transferring money from Iraq to, outside of their country. Holy cow. The Iraqi stock exchange is sending every day for the last, I think since Tuesday, this amazing, they called it a series. It's, it explains the history, what they've gone through, when they were manual, how they're electronic now. The whole history of the Iraqi Stock Exchange, they're educating the citizens, on the ISX and the IXE, in Kurdistan with Herbal. They're teaching them, Manny. And then Delta or Walking Stick says to me yesterday, Frank, one of the remaining demands from the IMF was, in order for Iraq to join the WTO, was to add value to your currency. And then Walking Stick says to me, but of course, you can't let China, have a low exchange rate for their currency and take advantage of everyone else. And that's exactly what Iraq has, a low exchange rate taking advantage of others. Then they cannot join the WTO unless they raise the value. Well, Manny, they joined the WTO 2 days ago.
And not only that, not only this, right there, the reason why I brought this to the family, this is actually will answer a lot of doubts. There's a lot of doubters before that, they can come up at 1190, 1189. So the website that I showed you right now, you ask yourself, why you cannot do the transfer from the USD to IQD? And if that was the case, we could have done it more time with 1190. But because this is a program rate, and this is actually more confirmation for those that they have a doubt about, the rate might come up, one has to come up at 1190 or go from there. It's not going to happen. Otherwise, you could have been able to do it. So, like I said all the time, Article 13, which is, we talked about this, it's very risky, and nobody can deal with you. It's exactly like you're in a bankruptcy, you have any bad credit, your score is very low, nobody will talk to you. As soon as they pass to the next phase, which is Article 8, then everybody is going to be able to use, deal with you. Now, they can do with you now if they want to. They can take it along if they want. But the problem with that, it's very risky under Article 14, and the country has no obligations and they have no responsibilities outside of the CPI or any kind of agreement with under Article 14. But the Article 8 is the one that everybody's talking about. And that's why the 1190 again, the 1200, you name it, is basically program rate.
Well, Manny,
you see that announcement from the CBI today.
Wait, before you say that, well, Manny, Article 14, oh dear God, the Firefly report today and yesterday said that on television and the electronic billboards, they're telling the citizens that the ISX is about to allow the country of Iraq and its citizens to enter the international global market for trade. Manny, they told that to the citizens. That's Article 8. That's Article 8. And Manny, they said that of 93 companies, they got 3 times that amount now on the Iraqi Stock Exchange board, because they said they are pouring in the report. Companies right now are pouring in, not only through the stock market, but they're coming in through the front door. They cleared out the whole barriers, the one that goes all the way to the airport. It's all clear. And they got American soldiers guarding it from the airport straight into Baghdad. They said that companies, nations, everybody's pouring in right now. How's that possible, Manny? They're about to tell us they're Article 8. They are Article 8. They just haven't told us because, well, they don't have to. But they're about to. No, what did the CBI say today?
Okay, the CBI actually, they announced that they're now hooked up with all their branches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that part too.
With Ebro.
They have one in Buffalo, one in Baghdad, and one in Erbil. And remember in Erbil when they had the referendum, they disconnected everything. Remember that time when our buddy was in office and everything. So for them to announce this, because this is really very important too, I'm not sure they were probably waiting for this to do it, because remember, all the central banks, all their branches, they have to be linked and hooked, and they're talking about when you basically transfer the money between those central banks, the branches will from Boston Baghdad and Erbil, that's going to be instant at that moment.
Instant.
And you do the money, and they announce it that now they're all linked, all hooked up, which is, I believe,
International.
this probably was, one of the significant parts too, and more confirmation tells that, what they were waiting for, remember, like maybe 2-3 weeks, like was from Walker State, from our team, from you, from us. We're just, I'm curious to see what's left and why they're not announcing that.
Nothing, brother.
So this could be one of them too, because remember, you cannot do that unless your system is really late and hard. So for them to come out today and announce that, that's really very significant.
They said,
I want to talk about the 250, the 500,000.
real quick, real quick, they said immediate international. Okay, go ahead. What were you going to say?
So and the 250 to 500,000 basically, like I said the last time, this is a really very brilliant plan. And
Yeah.
for them to delete the 3 zeros without them introducing yet the word denomination, but again,
And the
this
Phillips.
requires a wait, and they said that all the torn and the damaged currencies, they're going to be basically replaced with those money. Now, they didn't say only the 250 to 500,000, the torn one. They're talking here in general. Now, here you're talking about a 25,000 note. You can come in, and they're going to give you the low denomination, the 250, 500,000. This is just a brilliant plan for them to do this.
Yep.
Because, when they change the rate, then they're going to leave those for a while until they introduce the rest of the series, which is the 50, the 100, the 200. And then,
Go ahead.
wait.
Well, I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
a way to slowly introduce fractional banking. I told the family that yesterday, that the 250 is, a quarter, the 500 is 50 cents, the 1,000 is the 1 dinar. You can now give change back. And they're going to coexist with the new small category notes, the 1, the 5, the 10s, and all that. But we're not going to give you the fills just yet. Use the 250, the 500, and the 1,000 right now to give change. Once you got that down, because you're familiar with that, once you got that down, then we'll bring in the coins. Again, brilliant. Go ahead.
The other important part that we're waiting for, which is, remember the financial management law,
Yeah.
which is what in the Gazette, and on that one, definitely they told us that the fiscal and monetary policy has to change when they implement that. But if you remember, there's instructions in that financial management law that is going to be basically implemented in the next financial cycle, which is, we know, 2020. But because that has a new rate in it, and the problem, by the way, from now, they did not receive the budget for 2020 because they're talking about the government, the financial minister, the CBI, they're crunching the numbers, whatever, and so they send it to them. But because of that, we do believe that the rate has to change before that. But definitely the financial management law, when they implement that, which it has to be for the budget of 2020, but that doesn't mean they have to wait till January 2020, remember, because they have to show us the rate. Otherwise, the rate's going to be leaked in this budget. And this was the IMF told them too, that they are urgent to implement the financial management law. And this is really very important because that's going to change the whole, basically, monetary policy of the nation of Iraq. So this is really very interesting and very nice, and more confirmation that very, very close now to see what's going on.
The financial management law is only for the reinstatement.
Hello.
I mean,
1 minute.
that's its main purpose. And to see it, again, talk about timing. Well, let me see. Oh, gosh, it's already 6:30. I got to get on at 7:30. I'll probably play this recording, a little bit of it. Thank you, Manny, for bringing that information out. Manny, NASDAQ is waiting for the rate to change because it's...
All of them.
Yeah.
Everybody is ready for the rate.
Well, because NASDAQ signed a contract with the ISX to go and start selling internationally on October the 1st. Boy, oh boy, they better keep that date. Let's see what happens, okay?
Yes, sir.
Love you, Ben. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and thank you for bringing that stuff.
I love you, brother.
Okay.
Alrighty, family. I see that some of you, Tink says that some of you were not able to hear that. Well, the majority were. So those that were not, I hope you took the advice that Tink was giving you. Turn down your volume. That might help a little bit. There's not much I can do. If I was there, I'd do everything to help you. but I'm over here and I've done everything I can on my side to help you hear better. If I have it too low, people will complain I can't hear. If I have it really high like that, people complain I can't hear. So I have to find a medium in between. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, there is a gentleman that I wish to thank. He's a political science PhD doctor. Sir, I hope you don't mind if I say your name. In fact, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. What do you think it is, Tank? Sudfel? Yeah, Sudfel. Is that what we came up with?
Sudfel.
Sudfel. Dr. Sudfel, I want to thank you for your, this was a nice long, this is your work. You typed this all up.
Someone sent that to you.
Huh?
Someone sent his stuff to you.
I got it. And it's really an amazing breakdown of what happened. He says, I have a degree in political science and I'm a card-carrying libertarian, and it goes on, and my specialty is the U.S. presidents, and this was a wonderful report. Do you know who sent it to me, Jen?
I could find out.
It's okay. Well, for the individual that sent this to me, I really thoroughly liked it. It was well put together, good thought behind it, and I was going to use it, but instead I decided to invite Blue Star to come and to talk to us on Monday. Alrighty. Well, now look here, because you couldn't hear it that well, and most of you are, so look at here, Pamela over there is saying that it's crystal clear, Frank. Oh, thank you kindly. Well, for those that didn't hear it, something happened about 3 months ago on a few converters, and this one that we decided to bring to you is the XE converter, currency converter. Now, it really wouldn't be that surprising, because XE actually put this up on their site a while ago, about 3 months ago. But yesterday I talked to you about timing. Well, we found two more. We found two more areas of interest that deal with the Iraqi dinar that are saying the same thing. And when you include the XE, that's three that we have. So that's a pattern that is that we want to pay attention to. So we brought it to you, and in our opinion, why would you take down the rate of the Iraqi dinar? I mean, I can call them and tell them what it is if they want to know. Because of timing. I think that it's because it's the right time to do that. Because if you want to take down the old rate, or maybe the rate that is not functional, acceptable any longer. So I just wanted to bring it to you all, because I really think that the timing of this happening, this pattern broken, is related to our investment. And when you realize or remember, consider, bring back again the ideas that the Iraqi Stock Exchange has been linked internationally with NASDAQ as one example. Well, then they're getting ready to make an announcement that they are Article 8 compliant, and now have the ability to protect a person, a company, a country, an individual, a conglomerate, whatever it may be, that wants to invest in their country. They can be reassured that their money won't be stolen. They can be reassured that everything in that country now will protect their money under international standards. They can be reassured that Iraq is no longer Article 14, but it is Article 8 of the IMF. Because honestly, I can't see, and for those of you that trade, can you see NASDAQ saying to Iraq, okay, let's make a deal? Because they were playing around? When that bell rings, I mean, it's serious, isn't it? And it's fast. Decisions are made at the speed of light, at the speed of life. Make one mistake and it can cost, anyways. So I got this feeling that these little sites that deal with currency, that receive their reports from the CBI, are preparing their table to serve something else besides TV dinners. So why do you take off an old pair of shoes to put on a new pair of shoes? Why do you take down the Iraqi dinar exchange rate to put up a new exchange rate is what I think. But Frank, the one that you're using was about 3 months ago. I know, and that's our point. What happened 3 months ago? What did I tell you? Listen to yesterday's UB2B. Here, I'll give you a clue. The phases started 3 months ago, and an article came out at that time 3 months ago telling you something else. So you go back and listen to it. So that's another powerful reason. And Walking Stick, when I called him today, I said, well, sir, I mean, what do you think that on October the 1st, you think that maybe they won't be ready for NASDAQ? He said, I don't see why not. The Iraqi Stock Exchange, I already told you, Frank, has tested its platforms. They tried their platforms. They tested their platforms beyond their borders, and the testing was all done a long time ago. Really, sir? Well, yeah, Frank. Our firm's banks had to do it. Oh, yeah. Why else do you feel that, they're on schedule, sir? Our biometrics are tested at our banks. All 6 banks? All 6 of them. The 4 in Jordan, and I can see the 2 in Baghdad, but the 4 in Jordan too? Yeah. Yeah, all of our biometrics have been tested and we're ready to go. How long ago was this? I don't know. Months ago. A couple of months would be months ago. 3. Frank, the Iraqi Stock Exchange is linked with Kurdistan, with the Ebro Stock Exchange. They've never done that before. There's a reason for it. That's what NASDAQ wanted. That's what the IMF wanted. I never thought about that, Walking Stick, to ask you these questions because, there's so much in my mind, but that's right. Your firm has these banks, and sure, wow, yeah. How are the ATMs machine? Because your bank, all 6, I don't know, what was it, 12 ATMs? How are they doing? He's so nonchalant about it, He's fighting for his life. But also, this is old news to him. They've done these things. He said, I don't understand why the blankety blank blank, these blankety blank blanks haven't done this blankety blank blank blankety blank thing yet. There's no blankety blank reason for them not to do this. But I do know that they have a schedule that they suggested. Oh yeah, yeah. Is that why they have a target date? He didn't say a word. So what about the ATM machines with your bank? What about the ATM machines, sir? He says all of our ATM machines are online too. Get the dinar out of here. Really? The ATM machines at your banks now are online? Yeah. Is the red light turned on? No. Well, sir, I didn't know that. I knew that they were, I knew that the software, I knew where that they had been put in, but I didn't know that they're online. Yeah, with our banks. And the banks is online internationally with the world. Yeah. Walking stick, why aren't you excited about this? I mean, besides your health, sir. We did this a long time ago, Frank. We're still waiting. You think you guys are waiting for it to happen? You think you're looking for a date? Shh. Frank. There are more things you're going to see. Oh, here we go again. There's more, sir? Frank, you're going to see more things in this country that you will never even read about. You'll only see them. Wow. I understand. The media's not covering it? No. No, your Fireflies said something that the media's not even covering. What? Well, it's a logistics for the military. They're clearing out the way, all the way from the airport. And the ATM machines are at the airport too, by the way, Frank. All the way from the airport down that long boulevard, down that long strip, past those swords and straight into Baghdad. All the barriers are gone. It's only because your Firefly told you that others know now. Why didn't you stop me, sir? No need to stop you on that. We knew they were going to clear it. They had to clear it. Frank, they're pouring in the investors. The planes are coming in left and right. They're pouring in. They're coming in. And Iraq is getting ready to go out. Walking stick, you want to hear something funny? What? I looked up private banks in Iraq. I mean, not that I want to invest. I was just curious, I'm a gatherer of information. I was just wondering what the volumes are right now. Because I assumed what you're telling me, sir, that they're pouring in. Yeah, they're pouring in physically, but their capital was poured in a long time ago. I know, and that's why I was looking for the banks. I told my family that if you played Iraqi Monopoly, that's the first thing you want to get on that board. And he said, that's smart. But Walking Stick, we cannot find the four major banks. We can only find the private banks. So yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah, the Hadim Rashid Trade Bank. What's the other one? I forgot. They're not gonna say anything right now. The little banks, you can get their their number, their letters. You can get the information on them. You can even start buying their stock right now, but not the major banks. I said, oh, makes sense based on what you're telling me. We're online, huh, sir? Been online. They just got to tell everybody that they can now. that they can now go to the CBI website and look at the rate that has changed. Everything else is still going to be the same because everything else has already changed. Wow, how's that all because... What was I saying? Everything, what was I saying? Everything has already been changed, and all of those things will stay the same, except for the things that they were going to introduce to them. The new small category notes and the coins. But everything else is already presented. It's already there. They've already been educated. They know everything. No. Anyways, they're telling me that they can't hear me, Tink?
Some people can,
Everybody else is okay. So, family, for those of you who can't hear me, it's your equipment. Here, let me get this thing a little closer to my mouth here and see if that helps you out. Okay, well, look at here. I think we're done with the politics. I'm not going to ever talk about it again because I already did. And everything I told you for the last roughly 6-7 days is exactly what happened today. If we could have fast forwarded my conference, my UB2Bs from the past few days to today, they wouldn't have had this problem to deal with. Everything literally that we said, word for word almost, was announced this morning. Pelosi, Nancy, yesterday I was so angry at you. And I said that, get a job. If you don't want to work for the United States citizens, then go get a job somewhere else. Go do something else. Resign. Because in all honesty, you asked Trump, you said that he owes the American people an apology. Ooh. Yesterday I said, you owe me an apology. You owe me for an apology. And it is so clear-cut and obvious what happened. I'm wondering, ladies and gentlemen, do you think that Nancy's going to apologize for the horrible thing that she did? If she did, the Democratic Party will look like heroes. Oh, really? Nobody wants to beat a dog senseless. Dog's man's best friend. Nobody wants to embarrass us any further. Nancy, apologize. Well, we thought, and we're here to represent the American people, and we felt that the whistleblower had something good, but apparently he didn't have anything to blow, so we ain't got nothing to blow either, so there ain't no blow for anybody, so I'm sorry, there's no... My apologies. There was nothing against this, President. And let's move forward and unite and help our president to accomplish the legislations that he's doing. Like, for example, that wall. That wall's amazing. That wall's amazing. I think I could breach it, though. You don't breach a wall in one spot. You hit 100 targets, and you breach all 100 targets at once. Isn't that right, Jericho? Oh, no, excuse me. That was a trumpet. My goodness, there's a lot of things being blown. Anyways, don't blow this opportunity, Nancy. Apologize to the American people. And the Democratic Party will come out looking like a hero. Stay defiant. Your party will self-implode. You will eat yourselves up internally. And there's a gentleman that I found very interesting. He was being interviewed yesterday, this morning, and he says, we got to get rid of, we got to impeach that there Donald Trump, because if we don't, he's going to win in 2020. Try doing it legally with an election, and the odds are against you. Okay, never mind. No more, I promise. That was mockery. Was that sarcasm at its highest? Did you like it? But no more. I'm done with you. And I pray that you do what I just suggested. America just loves romance and a sobbing story. Come out even crying and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I made that. I'll never do it again. Okay, I'm sorry, right? Yeah. Are we done? Are we done? Can I go now? You guys will be, oh man, you will save your party. Be defiant. You will destroy it. Let's go and look at our Fireflies report. Now, what we do, ladies and gentlemen, is that we go back and we always read to you. Golly, family, stop texting me. You see, I'm trying to find something, and then when you text or your phone voicemail, boom, it makes it disappear, and I got to go back and find it again. That's no fun. Now, what we do is we go back and we read you the report from the day before. And then we read you today's report. And that way you can overlap them together. And we've been on for about an hour. I'm going to try my best to hurry this up and say goodbye, because I don't want to keep you more than I should. This is yesterday's report that came in, and it goes as follows. Good morning, Mr. Frank. We followed your advice. We took a lot of our 250, 500s, 1,000, and we exchanged the majority of them, of these notes that were damaged from daily usage at our market for change. Thank you for the advice, Mr. Neal, my contact with Firefly. Mr. Neal said that you told us to do this, and we took your advice. Thank you, sir. And if you want to know why, you have to go back and listen to the recording. There was a theme behind it. Well, it turns out that they weren't the only ones that did it. The television on IKEA television, sir, there's a series now. There's a series, and it started last night. They say that it's about the Iraqi Stock Exchange, and that it started back in 2004. And at that time, it was all manual. It was all manual. Until they went digital in 2009. And back in those early days, they said that they had 93 companies. 93 companies invested. And currently, they have about 18% of foreign investors. This is all about the Iraqi Stock Exchange. The citizens are being educated about it. They talked also on television about the launch. Now, that word launch is a key word. Fascinating, isn't it? They talked about the launch of online trading. Now, check this out, family. They talked about the launch of online trading. And for us citizens, and they said that they're expecting companies to triple from all over the world that are coming into Iraq. The Iraqi Stock Exchange will lead, they told us, Iraq into the international world of trade. And it will benefit all citizens of Iraq. Mr. Frank, this was a series of television shows. And it's going to be an education show showing early days of the Iraqi Stock Exchange all the way to the new international stage that Iraq is about to enter. Mr. Frank, we did hold. Oh, God. Really? Stop it. I will show your phone number if you keep texting. I mean, you're sweet. I thank you. I thank you for the accolades. I thank you for the support, but guys, not when I'm doing this, okay? Thank you. Let me go back. National stage, Iraq, we was about to enter. Mr. Frank, we did hold on to some of our old notes, the 30 notes, just like you suggested. I didn't say nothing, man. Today, you see, the bad people will call like this because they hide their telephone number and interrupt. So I'm sorry, family. There's just evil in this world. I have to wait. Let me see. Let's see what they have to say. Hello? Oh, they hang up. Oh yes, it's a CBI. What's the rate? The rate is $72.04. You got it? Okay. Bye bye. They would deserve that. Let me go back and find where we left off. I'm sorry. We got people from what part of Korea y'all from? The Christian family from Korea. What part? Are you in Seoul? Let me know. Anyways, trading, expecting companies triple the leading to the international world and benefits all the citizens. This is an education show, and they're showing us the early days of the Iraqi Stock Exchange to the new international stage that Iraq is about to enter. We did hold on to some of the 30 notes, just like you said. I didn't say anything. Yes, you did. No, you didn't. Yes, no. Just like you said. And thank you very much. Today, Iraq moved more barriers of areas that have been blocked off for 13 years for us citizens. It looks like slowly they are about to open the entire closed off area. The entire closed off area. We are seeing more military today in the streets. There was a failed attempt on 2 mortars that landed near Green Zone the other day, but nobody hurt, thank God. But we see patrols today, a lot of attention down by the Euphrates River, by military that is guarding the river. Not sure why, Mr. Frank. Anyways, now you know why, don't you? And if you don't know, O'Day, they're clearing the airport. They're clearing it from the airport into Baghdad because of the onset of investors that is coming in. The billboards today are replaying the Iraqi Stock Exchange information, and they're showing about damaged notes. Citizens, they're saying, please bring in, saying you cannot, these old notes that are worn and torn cannot be counted in the machines. That's a good point. All right, so there you go. How are we doing, Tink?
Good.
I see you're having to get rid of a few bad people.
Just a few.
Just 2 guys? Yeah, I saw them.
Well, there's more than 2.
Was it more than 2? 2 dozen? Mm-hmm. Are they mad at me?
Now they want in. Where do you get the $72 from?
What's 72? Oh, ha 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 ha. Well, you didn't hear? Guru Bozo said so. How could you miss it? It was a super call. Yeah. 72.694812 square root of 9. Yeah.
That's how much your cookies cost.
That's how much my cookies cost. That's why I use that number. But that's okay. Are they still with us? You didn't get rid of them?
That person who asked that?
Uh-huh.
No.
Oh, okay. You're being nice to the bad people?
He's not bad.
Oh, he's not bad?
He caught probably when you said that and nothing else.
All right. I see all your texts coming in. Now, I don't know why you're doing this. You're being playful, but this ain't the time to play. I see, I read it, I can see everything. How many screens do I have in front of me, Tink?
4.
5, 6, Okay, here we go. Good morning. This is today's report. Good morning, Mr. Frank. On our Rakia television today, we're seeing that the Central Bank of Iraq is saying that they have unified. Pay close attention, family, please. Mr. Frank, on our Rakia television today, we are seeing that the CBI is telling us, the citizens today, that they have unified. This is the Central Bank of Iraq telling the citizens this, okay? That they have unified all databases with the Kurdistan area with Baghdad, the main branch, the Central Bank of Iraq, and next they will be working on Mosul. And they are talking about the importance of being able to do transactions now in real time with this database. It's all linked up. Do you know what they're talking about? Do you understand why the CBI is telling the citizens that all banks now have the same database? Why is the CBI telling them that because of this database, all the citizens in Iraq will be able to do transactions now in real time? Because they are international, because they are Article 8, and because they are about to tell the world by simply changing it that they have a new exchange rate. It doesn't have to be a big announcement. When the media finds out, they're going to take it, and they're going to run with it. I would not pay attention to Fox. I would not pay attention to CNN. Now, if you work for these stations, what do you expect me to say? I would not read the New York Times. What do you expect me to say? I watched the CBS Evening News tonight. At the end, the newscaster says, and we at CBS here, we promise you to bring you the truth. We will bring you the latest on what is happening, complete details with complete truth. Why is it that the media has to defend itself from accusations that they're liars? They're telling us, Mr. Frank, that next week they're talking about Mosul, about the importance of being able to do transactions now in real time with this database. It's all linked up, Mr. Frank. Wow. I mean, I'm not sure what this means, for me as a citizen, but every day Parliament puts out what went on, he said, in the day's session. Parliament never cared to tell us anything about what they're doing. But now every day Parliament puts out what they do, puts out what went on in the day's session. Well, like today, Parliament came out and made today's session a secret. That was new. What? Yeah, Mr. Frank, Parliament has been putting out, every day, their report, their session. Here, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. Oh dear, hold on, it jumps back. Hold on a second here. Back, able transactions now linked every day. Here it is. Every day, Parliament puts out what went on in that day's session. Well, today, I thought, yeah, makes sense. Tomorrow they're off. Okay. Today, Parliament came out on television and they made a statement that today's session is secret. That's all they said. That's all they said. That's all they said. Session made secret. And the billboards are showing the Iraqi stock exchange commercials, and they're saying that the opening of all the roads to Baghdad's international airport will support investors from all over the world to come in and pour into Iraq. Oh, there's more. Unless you want me to stop now. You want me to stop now? We can read this later. No, by the way, last time I did that, I upset a few people because you want to know what we have to share. And you felt that I was teasing you. So, my apologies. We're going to read this. We're going to read it. We're going to read it. So yeah, they came out in Parliament, and they said that today's session was secret. That's all they said, that the session was secret. The electronic billboards, Mr. Frank, are showing the Iraqi stock exchange commercial, and they're saying that the opening of all the roads to Baghdad International Airport will support investors from all over the world to come in and pour into Iraq. We just went to the bank here for today, Mr. Frank, and on the door of our bank, our bank, our tellers, when we got to the bank, on the door was a notice, and the notice said that we're closing today early at 3 p.m. for maintenance. We will reopen this coming Saturday at regular hours. So, GOI, what? What you doing? Nothing. What you doing? Nothing. What you doing at 3 o'clock? No. Why you ask? The CBI is doing something at 3 o'clock. Nothing. Nothing. This is one heck of a coincidence, huh? Nothing. The CBI says that they're going to close for maintenance. Couldn't you just do that, like in a few hours or early in the morning? Why are they closing at 3 o'clock today? Nothing. Nothing what? Nothing. You ain't going to tell me nothing? Nothing. Okay. Well, you guys, you didn't even show up today? Yeah, we did. Oh, did we show up? Nothing. You showed up, but the whole session was in secret, right? Nothing. Okay. Whatever. CBI closes at 3 p.m. for maintenance. And then when you look at these things that we brought to you, of course, in our opinion, because we don't know what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, but that's XE did that, really? No, okay. Nobody has anything up? No. Okay. Well, some do. What do they have up? The program rate. But you found more than one that doesn't have anything on it? Nope. They took their shoes off. They're waiting to put new shoes back up. Whoa. I told you so. No, you didn't tell me nothing, man. What are you talking about? Get out of here, told me so, my man, whatever. No. GOI. Nothing. Okay. Golly. Get off it, man. I already know. CBI. Well. You know, if you were doing something, you could do it after hours. You wouldn't draw any suspicion. For those of you in the banking industry, get ready. You ready? You ready? No, we couldn't have. What? You couldn't have done after you close? Or before you open? You don't draw attention? No, we couldn't. No. You know, what we had to do had to be done during banking hours. Oh, yeah, I know who you. Okay. You want to tell me what you did? Nothing. You sound like the GOA. So, O'Day. O'Day. Yes, Mr. Frank. When you went there, you saw that sign on the door and it said that we're closing early today, right? Yes, Mr. Frank. For maintenance, right? Yeah. And they'll reopen again this Saturday, regular hours? Yeah. What else happened when you were at the bank? Well, Mr. Frank, of course, like always, you know, what you want us to do. We asked the tellers again. What's up, man? Get up against the wall. Spread eagle. Answer my question, man. Give me that baseball bat. No, we don't do that, Mr. Frank. But we did say, hey, Mr. Teller. What up, man? What up? Of course, Mr. Tuck, and he just said, it's maintenance test. Yeah, it's a maintenance test. To run new security features on all the banks throughout Iraq. Well, by George, I believe you. Security features for a program rate, who cares about it? You know? For new security features that are being put in all the banks throughout Iraq. You realize that all those banks in Iraq are linked up internationally with banks around the world, right? Right. And you do know that those banks are high security features in those banks, right? International standards, right? Right. Well, are you guys getting international security standards put into all your banks in Iraq right now? So, Mr. Frank, we asked, hey, okay, security features, you know, on all the banks. That's good. We believe you. But we also asked Mr. Frank, why you do this? Huh? Why you do this why you doing this during regular hours? And he said, I don't know. I just work here. I have no idea. Shoot. Don't be asking. Tell Mr. Frank, hey, leave me alone. Frank this. I don't know, Mr. Frank. All I know is that the idea just said to me recently, and they said that this was planned. This was a planned event. Really? Yeah, it was on the schedule. I told you the phases and this. Leave me alone. Come on, man. Come on, Mr. Teller. Talk to me. What you got to say? Nothing. Oh God. Nothing. It's in the air, isn't it? Oh man, there's something in the air in America's DC, and there's something in the air over here. Hold on, Tink. Let me help. Okay. I think I just got rid of another one. Okay. Oh, I thought they were toads. I thought you had toads running. They're armed on. My bad. So, Mr. Teller, what up, man? I don't know nothing. All I know is that it was just said. It was said to me, and it was a planned event. So, Mr. Frank, we will be watching television for more. And thank you, Mr. Frank. Oh, yeah, no worries. Here. I'll get you to see both sides there. There's one. And then, scoot that up. And you can see a little more. So, there you go. There you be. On your UB tube. You understand what's going on, don't you, family? Good. With such jubilation, I would suggest that maybe it's a good time to say thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. What can I do for you, Heavenly Father? What can I do for your kingdom? What can I do for your children? What can I do for the country of Iraq? Because this is where my blessing has come from. What can I do for the poor, the sick, the lonely, the hungry, the naked? What can I do, Heavenly Father? For you would not have me to suffer. You would not have me to be poor. And I'm not any longer. So logic to me says that I should do for someone what you did for me. Guide me, Heavenly Father, to those that are praying to you right now and asking for help, that I may help them for you. What is happening in the United States of America politically is fascinating. What is happening with our investment is beyond fascinating. And what is about to happen, as they say, very soon, is fantastic. I leave you in peace. Now, thank you kindly for joining me once again. Pray for each other, support each other, love each other. And I'll see you tomorrow on our YouTube, Frank26 YouTube show. You need me for anything? My name is Frank. My phone number is 419-283-2552. I was talking to a gentleman, and he said, Frank, you know, what I do and what you do, we don't give out our phone numbers. Do you understand, Frank? I said, I know. You don't do that, man. You open yourself up. And I said, you know something? That's the problem with this investment, that the transparency was like nighttime. So I figured that if I can help somebody to understand what's going on and to remove the lies, you know, UN humanitarian project, Indian reservation giving me $5 more than the CBI, global currency reset, give me your dinars, I'll take care of you down the road. I mean, whatever, 800 numbers, it's never going to happen. It's a lob. All these things, I figured I might as well put my phone number out so I can help people to get, you know, throw out the trash. Don't bathe yourself in the sewer of somebody else's water. Throw out that trash. Because in all honesty, right now, we should be asking ourselves, what in the world was told? What was told to the rose? That caused it to unfold. Oh. Y'all take care. I'll be with you tomorrow on your Frank 26 UB2B. God bless you. Aloha. A hui ho. Tomorrow night.